is happening? So, gonna take you to an island tour in the beautiful island of Palawan. And before we head there from General Santos, we're headed over to Cebu, and I'm gonna be meeting my brother Mark, good friend Chuck, and of course my sister from Australia, Faye. And it has always been a tradition for us that when we hang out and get together, our go-to place is always Punko Punko sa Fuente. So we get to satisfy our cravings for ginabot, fried pork, we got bola bola, nguyong, lumpia, and crab meat. And there are so many other choices that you can take. And we hang out here for probably about 20-30 minutes just to satisfy our cravings. And after this, we are headed over to, grab a bite of Mag's Lechon de Cebu. So we're taking this to our hometown in a beautiful town of Sibonga. So we're headed home, and we just decided to have this just in line with the celebration, having my sister fly from Australia. And nothing can beat, of course, our mom's Pumba. Breaking news!
Alright, what's happening guys in today's video? Naatay traveler na kauban, no? From all the way from Australia. Unsa na may kayo mga pangitabo karon?
Salamat Kuya Pina ng satintina!
And yeah, from Sibonga, we are headed over to the city of Palawan, the beautiful island of Palawan. Not Palawan Pawn Shop, but the island of Palawan. So before we are headed there, of course, we are going to be taking the airport from Mactan, Cebu to Puerto Princesa, Palawan. And this is us checking in our luggages, and by then we are able to land safely in Puerto Princesa. Normally the flight could take around 45 minutes to an hour. So this is a very first island tour, the Honda Bay tour, and again with the crew. First stop is Starfish Island. So this is such a very beautiful island, guys. From the white sand beaches to their food, it's really exceptional. As you can see here, this is a wild shell. We got so many seafoods right here in store for you, some of which I really don't know. But one thing I could say is that their food is the best. Everything is fresh, and it's being served to you in a very sultry manner. So just take a look at the food, guys. I mean, from swaki down to the kinilang watalong, calamares, and of course the beautiful beach that we are seeing. And next up is Luli Island. So this is roughly about a 20-minute boat ride from the previous island, and this is such a very small, tiny island where it's very conducive for swimming, taking pictures, and hanging out for a while. And then this is our last stop for the day. It's Kauri Island, and we were able to see some of US Navy men. It's kind of like playing tug of war with some locals. Pretty much game, and they're really up into it. And just by hanging out here, we decided to grab a couple drinks just to literally unwind and enjoy the nature and beauty of the place. And of course, my sister and Mark's grabbing some halo-halo as well on the side. So in a nutshell, the very first day that we have at Puerto Princesa is really, really amazing. And their beaches, the beaches that we were able to go, is really, really great, guys. It's something that you need to seriously consider if you want to go and travel to Palawan. It's such a beautiful island, and the scenery, the beach, the sand, the food, and even the people around, the hospitality and the culture is really phenomenal. And just imagine, this is just our first day and we're literally having a blast in here. And yeah, I mean, it's such a scenic view, a very relaxing ambiance, and you will get to really unwind if that's the intention of you having a vacation. So, really embrace everything that you'll be seeing here. So as you can see, smiling faces all over the place. And by the way, we are gonna be headed to taking our dinner. This is Kaluy, and guys, by far, I mean, for all the restos I've been through in the island, this is by far the best I've been through. We were able to grab a bite of very fresh lapu-lapu. Get the very best lato with mangoes on top. We have kinilaw nga tangige, and then we were also able to get lapu-lapu sinigang as for soup for the night, and very, very, very delicious, guys. And this one is they call it seafood mix, grinded out. And this is just our first night here, and we are already having a blast.
Nagpadagat na ba ang tanan? Namauli na ba ang mga artista sa syudad? Nagtrabaho na ba ang tanan? Kami na po.
Now we are getting ourselves ready for a very long trip, a van ride towards El Nido. So from Puerto Princesa, you're going to be taking a 6-hour drive through a van service. This is our first stop where we had to take a couple of snacks, had to pee, and we're so excited to see the beautiful island of El Nido. And first things that you got to do is that you're gonna need to endure the travel time. So this is day one for our island hopping in El Nido, and we stayed at Island Hop Inn. So it's still a very beautiful place to be with, and as you can see, it's raining really crazy, and a lot of tourists canceled a few of their boat rides, but we decided to pursue our journey because that's who we are. We're a bunch of crazy kids from the city of Cebu, and we decided to proceed and have our island tour. So as we are headed over, we were able to meet our very accommodating boatman and tour guide, Eduardo. First island that we visited is Helicopter Island. So it's kind of a bit rocky in the surface, but again, the water is so beautiful. It's nice. And then we went over to Talisay. That's where we had a couple of drinks. Went kayaking, and some are actually just hanging out in the boat, having some drinks, talking about the beautiful place. And this one is Matinlot. This is where we had our lunch for this day tour. By the way, this is package C, if I'm not mistaken. So these are our lunch. Again, seafoods in the house, and that is myself embracing the beauty of nature and enjoying life as it is. So as you can see, we got so very solid white sand beaches, and then we also had the opportunity to mingle and talk to some of the foreigners and locals as well. And the fourth one is Hidden Beach. So this one is by far my favorite, because this is kind of like it by the name itself. It's really hidden because it's hidden, surrounded by rock formations, and you're gonna need to walk a couple of minutes to get in and witness the beauty of the beach. And this is us headed over to our first stop, and we are headed home to our hotel. So guys, highly recommended C. Jane Resto Bar. You'll be able to see fresh lobsters. Any seafood that you can probably think of is already here. We got maya-maya, lapu-lapu, and crabs, they also have some squids, octopus, lato, and imbao, and tahong, and even different kind of seafoods that you can probably think of. So this is where we had our dinner, and I think it costed us only about 2,500 pesos for the entire dinner, good for four. And after a very long day, it kind of like soothes everything, because again, it's practically important for you to feed yourself when you are on vacation. Well, apart from gaining a couple of weight, but again, this is day 2. So day 2 of our tour, I believe this is tour A, if I'm not mistaken. We're starting the day, of course, with the food, and we are headed over to Seven Commandos Beach. So this one is by far also the longest stretch of beachfront I've seen. From going here in Palawan, and it's kind of like a place where most foreigners and locals are in. So it took us about 30 minutes from the pier to get here. And what we always do here is we just hang out, take some pictures, enjoy the beach, swimming, and talking with a lot of locals and foreigners as well in the place. And of course, nothing can beat the beautiful beaches and the waters that we have in the beautiful island Palawan. And I was also blown that they got a specific smoking area. It's not discriminating anybody here. And second stop is the small lagoon. This is where you'd be able to snorkel, a little bit of kayaking as well on the side. Just short trip here. And then finally we got Shimizu Island. So this is where we had our lunch on our second day of the trip. Enjoying such amazing food prepared by the boatmen. And this is also the most intriguing part. So this is what they call the secret lagoon. So this is where I almost had an accident. I was almost bitten by a walu snake. So it was really scary, but all's well, everything's good. And then we went to Big Lagoon. So more kayaking activities for the people. And just enjoyed such a great day. Had so much fun and laughters. And we headed over back to Puerto Princesa the next following day. And we are literally searching for this one. It's called Tamilok. So we wanted to taste this because they said that it can only be found in Palawan. But before we do that, we went over to Mitra's farm. We went over to his rest house, the family rest house, and it's a pretty historic place. It's century old. It's just myself and my sister hanging out and making fun of ourselves and enjoying the scenery, dancing, laughing, and with my brother who gained so much weight because of this trip, as you can see. Boom. There you go. So it's a pretty cool, guys. And then again, the Mitra family is pretty hard on with fighting cocks, and such a good politician as well in his time. So we wanted to tour the house and the entire location, and it's such a very big one. We saw a couple of horses as well in the area. And the next stop that we did was we went to the butterfly farm. So we went here and check out the Palawan bear cat. So it's first time I saw this or saw them. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool. And then we got a couple of guppy that you can also see inside the butterfly farm. And surprisingly, we also saw some scorpions. And I never had a chance to do that because I'm freaking scared. But Chuck did that. And Palawan is also known for their saltwater crocodile. So we saw a couple as well in there. And of course, no other than the butterfly representation of it. And we went to the tribal village, which is just a couple minutes away from the farm, and we did talk and mingle with the locals and witness their culture, their tradition. So it's quite a pretty interesting thing to see and hear when they play music, how they hunt for food back in their area. And that stop is the souvenir shop. Of course, pasulubong, guys. It's very important. If you want to go ahead and travel, that's the first thing that you need to take care of. And this one is Tamilo. So finally, after 4 days of searching, we were able to find one and we were able to eat it. And this is the first time we've ever tasted this. It looks gross, but it really tastes yummy. It's some sort of an aphrodisiac, so you better be careful as well. But I had a chance to taste it and eat it. So this is our Palawan journey, and I hope you like it. Follow for more. See ya.